You have to pay attention because it's very, very important here. What did Oda literally say at the end of last year? If you forgot what he said, here's what he said. And finally, for the future of the One Piece manga, no way that person and that person are going to be fighting. That's the type of story you can expect. If I were to give it a title, I would call it a free-for-all battle royale. I hope no one dies. That's what Oda said in Jump Festa last year when it comes to this year 2023 One Piece. And so far, what have we been seeing? We're not even halfway through the year yet, and so far we've seen Luffy and company go crazy on Egghead Island. We have seen Trafalgar D Voltaire Law versus the Blackbearda. Kid and his pirate crew were sacrificial lambs for Shanks and the Red Hair Wonder. Then Gulp Chujo raids Full Lead Island in the hopes of saving a fellow hero of the Marines, Captain Kobe. So even though we've seen so much insanity, so much madness over the past 5 months, think for a second. Think! What is the upcoming battle that is going to be more important than any of these other recent battles? We all know, because the narrator told us in chapter 1078. Kizaru and company are rolling on up with a fleet that is twice the size of what we saw at Marineford. And not just Kizaru and company, but company includes Gorosei Saturn. And the narrator tells, and I quote, "But regardless, the resolution of this incident the following day would inflict a kind of shock the world never saw coming." When you take what the narrator says here with what we saw in the last chapter of One Piece, Sai and Leo, they give Charlos their own Hakai. Big Mom and Kaido ain't got nothing on Sai and Leo. And this man turned into the pot of greed. This dude, Charlos, literally was the meat inside of an Arby's sandwich, folded up, looking all sorts of nasty. Attacking a celestial dragon is a tremendously big deal. And in chapter 800, the narrator notes too that there will be a major incident involving the Grand Fleet that would shake the world and that would spread their names across the world. So whether or not that is the moment or there's more to stem from that moment, we're gonna find out real soon. But as this is all happening, the Revolutionary Army, who for the most part are a major allied force in the story, I know some folks want to say that they're an actually evil, because Dragon has ill intentions. I would say we're kind of reaching out there like a baboon reaching for the moon, like not even close, but they are on the move. And I'm not talking about in the Sabo flashback, because in the Sabo flashback, keep in mind that was all in the past. That was all going on while Luffy and Kami were going crazy in Wano country, preparing for the raid against Kaido on Onigashima, and literally on Onigashima. That was all in the past. But what about real time? In real time, we find out in chapter 1083 that the Rev have been initiating battles, combat, all over the world. Literally, Dragon says they won't write about it in the papers, referring to Lulusia Kingdom, but the 7 countries now under new leadership have cut off all heavenly tribute to the government and stopped exporting natural resources. And then Ivankov adds on a meaty side dish. He says, all around the world, our revolutionaries are attacking the government cargo ships, cutting off vital supply lines to Marijoa. Actively, in real time, they are attacking the world government ships. And that's been going on for some time, literally since Lulusia's destruction. And mind you, that's Imu's heavy play, where these are on defect. Cool, we will wipe them off the map quite literally with 16 death rays. This might be an ancient weapon, or it could be something entirely. There could be some sort of crazy contraption that Vegapunk himself, or let's say SSG made, and then he has a crazy iPad and click, boom. Because Rob Gucci is very perceptive, very insightful. He does indicate that whatever happened to Lulusia Kingdom probably involves Dr. Vegapunk. And Stussy, shh. Do not mention they who must not be named. around because they're a scary bunch.
Scary.
But the fact of the matter is that Imu is making the big plays. And by the way, if you don't know why the number 16, those death rays, why it's important to Imu and the celestial dragons, I did a robust, deep video over here in the corner about why that number is so important to the Tenryubito. But in the immediate future, we can see here that the Rev have been going crazy, and Imu has reacted appropriately, clearly, to said situations. The Marines have their issues because the Cross Guild is putting bounties on the Marines. T-Bone, who fought against Zoro way back when they were on Route Dennis lobby, guess what? He's dead. And Sengoku and Suru, after finding out that Garp is on full lead island, may want to pull up and try and assist Garp as well. But here's the problem. Law has been defeated by Blackbeard, and now Blackbeard has two options: either give chase to Law or return home. And it depends on if Blackbeard has already the rubbings of the road poneglyphs. And if Blackbeard does return home,
oh shit.
No offense to Suru, no offense to Sengoku, no offense to Garp, but this is Blackbeard say ha ha ha. This is someone that's in contention to be the final villain of the story. Say your prayers, it's over.
Don't move, it's over.
And of course, we have to remember what one of Blackbeard's best men, Seed of the Rain, mentioned about the man with the burned scar, because that's very important considering how it involves the last road poneglyph. And if this person is in fact related to the world government, a government man, then they will not sit idly by as this person has the final key to the One Piece. They will not sit idly by, and they will send as many forces as they can to defend that person and that last road poneglyph. And some folks are speculating that the Holy Knights are involved in the protection of this last road poneglyph, which would be insane because they also already want Sabo's head on a spike, considering the events that happened on the Holy Land. In fact, when we see Sabo in 1060 near Lucia Kingdom, he's already marked up, and that could be Imu itself, let's say doing a finger beam. It could, let's say, be the Gorosei, they attack Sabo when they see that he's in the area, or it could be Holy Knight related. Maybe Rob Lucci, but we have to wait and see. Ultimately, Sabo got marked up, and we're gonna find out, I'm pretty sure soon, how he got marked up. But you can tell here, based on things so far, that there has been a lot of global tension and honestly got pandemonium, and it's only going to rise in the near future, considering Garp's situation and the upcoming Luffy situation, which the narrator itself is letting us know. What happens now is going to be insane. It's going to shock the world, and the world is already in such chaos. And by the way, if you want the full breakdown on why Garp is once again making the right call, why so many One Piece readers misunderstand Garp, boom, right here. A video going to a deep dive about Garp and Kobe and Ace and so on and so forth. Now, given all I just said so far, you can already kind of tell how, yeah, like in so many ways, the final war has essentially like already started. Even though we're not seeing it directly, we know there's combat with the world government directly happening everywhere. But what we will see soon is Luffy and potentially a Gorosei interact. And I hope that St. J Garcia Saturn is wearing a helmet, because the Monkey Jesus Express does not come with one. No, it does not. The same way people were shocked all across the world. We all know that Luffy, he's an equal offender. It doesn't matter who you are. Even Vivi at one point in time called the Knuckles. Luffy does not care. Even though St. J Garcia Saturn is one of the highest authorities on the planet itself, he may in fact return home to the Holy Land. looking like a straight up balloon animal, never being able to recover from the Nika madness. And then when you stack that on top of the actions of Sai and Leo, knowing that Sai and Leo are gonna cut ties real soon with their nation to be full-on pirates under the Straw Hat flag, these are just immediate, imminent signs of war, genuine war with the Straw Hat Pirates and the world government once again. Just how Usopp, Sogeking, sniped the flag, and then what? That's war. Yes, we want war. Once again, the Straw Hats will be thrusted into the whirlpools of war with the world government. They're ever already in the middle of those whirlpools. All we really need now is the continuous swell of this pandemonium across the world, plus Poseidon, Shirahoshi, and Pluton in Wano country on the move versus potentially Uranus already in the clutches of Emu, potentially. Yeah. The final war in some ways has already begun, and the main meet in a few years' time, you can clearly see, is right around the corner. Oda is gonna be cooking up something fierce. Very spicy, jalapeno, habanero infused chili. So I'm giving cats forewarning now, make sure you got plenty of ice cream and plenty of milk, because it's a woo! This is about to get crazy. But let me know your stance on the subject matter at hand. If you enjoy your boys' content at large, make sure to rate the video with a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe to the channel and click on that bell to join the notification squad. I'm gonna catch you cats on the flip side.
See you. Bye bye.